Oops, I see a hole.
I was hoping you'd catch that.
Now, it's a little poofier than I would normally do, but I'm nervous.
Well, I'm not real concerned about that. When I go to bed, I wrap my entire head in toilet tissue, so it usually gets a little smushed down anyway in that process.
In my class at the trade school, I was #1 when it came to frosting and streaking. I did my own.
Really? I wouldn't have known. And I can spot a bottle job from 20 paces. Well, your technique is good, and your form and content will improve with experience, so you're hired.
Oh.
Not a moment too soon. This morning, we're going to be as busy as a one-arm paper hanger.
Thank you, Miss Truby, thank you.
No time. Now, you know where the coffee stuff is? Everything else is on a tray by the stove.
Well, here, let me help you. You've got tiny fuzzies and hair all over you.
Oh, honey, this place is so full of static electricity, I pick up everything, except boys and money. Be a treasure. And now, this is the most successful shop in town. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I have a strict philosophy I've stuck to for 15 years. There is no such thing as natural beauty. And that is why I've never lost a client to the cut and curl or the beauty box. And remember, my ladies get only the best. Do not scrimp on anything. Feel free to use as much hairspray as you want. Oh, just shove that stuff inside. It goes right there. Now, manicure station here.
There's no such thing as natural beauty.
Remember that, or we're all out of a job. Just look at me, Enel. Takes some effort to look like this.
I can see that. How many ladies do we have this morning?
Well, I restrict myself to the ladies in the neighborhood on Saturday mornings. Now, usually that would just be 3. But today, we have Shelby Eatonton. Now, she's not a regular. She's the daughter of a regular. I have to do something special with her hair. She's getting married this afternoon. Well, how long you been here in town?
Oh, a few weeks.
New in town? Oh, it must be so exciting being someplace new. I wouldn't know. I've lived here all my life.
It's a little scary.
I can imagine. Well, tell me some things about yourself.
There's nothing to tell. I live here. I've got a job now. That's it. Could I borrow a few of these back issues of Southern Hair?
Well, sure. It is essential to keep abreast of the latest styles. I'm glad to see your interest. Now, we get McCall's, and Family Circle, Glamour, Mademoiselle, Ladies' Home Journal, every magazine known to man. Well, you must live close by. Within walking distance, I mean. I didn't see a car.
My car? I don't have a car. I was staying across the river at Robeline's boarding house.
Well, that's quite a walk. Ruth Robeline. Now there's a story. She's a twisted, troubled soul. Her life has been an experiment in terror. Her husband killed in World War II, and her son killed in Vietnam. I have to tell you, when it comes to suffering, she's right up there with Elizabeth Taylor.
I had no idea. Is that a gunshot?
Yes, dear, I believe it is. Plug in the hot plate, please.
But why is someone firing a gun in a nice neighborhood like this?
It has to do with Shelby's wedding and her father. It's a long story. You'll be happier if you just ignore it, like the rest of the neighborhood.
Knock, knock.
Morning, Clarity. Morning, Truby. I tried to call you and tell you I was running late. No answer.
I've been out since the crack of dawn. I was at the high school.
Anil, I'd like for you to meet the former First Lady of Chinkapin, Mrs. Belcher. Clary, this is Annelle. She's taking Judy's place.
Okay.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, I'm a little embarrassed. If I'd known I'd be meeting new people, I would have dressed up a little bit more. I've been out at the high school for the dedication of our new football field. I'm a little windblown.
Annelle, they named the new stadium after her late husband, the Lloyd Belcher Memorial Coliseum. The team has awarded her all sorts of special titles.
I've got the pom-poms to prove it. Now, what's your name, dear?
Oh, my married name is Dupuy.
I don't think I know any Dupuis.
I just moved here. I'm originally from Zwally.
Okay, well, that explains it then. You know, Trivia, I thought I brought those recipes.
Oh, Clary, the reason I called you is, do you mind if I do Shelby first?
Oh, of course not. It's all about her today. I'll amuse myself. That man, I Swanee, the situation is getting worse.
Annelle, we're going to need some more towels. They're stacked up next to the washing machine.
Cute girl, where'd you find her?
Well, she heard I had a position open and just walked in. I think there's a story here.
Well, what'd make you say that?
Well, for starters, she's married, but she's living at Ruth Robeline's alone.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you better get to the bottom of that. You've got some nice silverware.
I'm not real worried about that. She's very sweet. I just like the idea of hiring somebody with a past.
Well, she can't be more than 18. She can't have much of a past.
Honey, it's the 80s. If you can achieve puberty, you can achieve a past.
Get some coffee. Yuck!
Annelle, how did you make this coffee?
Like you said, I poured hot water through the thing.
Where'd you get the water?
It was boiling on the stove.
Did you notice the hot dogs in the bottom of the pot? Make more, please.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, honey. I do love a good hot dog, just not with cream and sugar.
Well, she's probably not an international spy. Oh, but if she works out, I may let her rent my garage apartment.
Well, I thought the boys were living there while they went to college.
Recent developments. Louie's going away to LSU now, and Poot has decided to go work for my cousin in Baltimore. And he doesn't want to be called Poot anymore. My babies are growing up.
I can't believe your boys are old enough to leave the nest.
Well, you know, I was a child bride. Well, I'll look on the bright side. I've got some places to visit now. I've always wanted to go to Baltimore. I'm told it's the hairdo capital of the world.
Oh, here are these recipes. Here we go.
Oh, John, this looks delicious.
It is, and the Bisquick makes it so easy. And this other one, got it from my daughter-in-law over in Tickfall. She says every function she goes to, somebody brings that one.
Well, are these chocolate chips semi-sweet or milk?
Milk.
Is the carob syrup light or dark?
Just a matter of taste.
Where's the other one you were telling me about? Cuppa?
Oh, that one's so easy you don't even have to write it down. Cup of flour, cup of sugar, and a cup of fruit cocktail with the juice. You just mix it up, bake it at 350 till golden bubbly.
Sounds awfully rich.
It is, so I started with ice cream to cut the sweetness. Give me some paper and pencil and I'll write them down for you.
Annelle, can you get Miss Clarice some paper? I believe there's some stuck to the Frigidaire under the crawfish. Oh, here's that article on Princess Di. Sometimes I wonder if Drum Eatonton's brain gets enough oxygen. That is so annoying.
You should try living next door to him.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there she is. There's my girl. Come break my neck.
Trudy, it's so good to see you. And morning, Miss Clarice. Not that I'm unfriendly. I'm just worried about my nails.
What a pretty color.
Hope it doesn't dry too dark, because if it does, it'll never do. You know, the color's never the same as it is on the bottle.
You will always find that to be true.
I think it's drying too dark. Got any of those nail polish remover things?
Where's your mama?
Right behind me, I thought. Hi, I'm Shelby Eatonton, soon to be Latchery.
Hi, I'm Annelle. I'm new.
Today's Annelle's first day.
Well, Annelle, you're lucky. Anyone who's anybody gets their hair done at Truby's.
Absolutely. Now, Shelby, you know I would walk on my lips to avoid criticizing anyone. But your father is about to make us pull our hair out, and that's bad for my business.
Well, he should be finished with his yard work soon.
I hope so.
You know, you're not the only one that's concerned. Mama's having a fit. Her and Daddy been fighting like cats and dogs all morning.
I'm sure they're just anxious with all this going on.
No, they just try to create as much tension as possible in any given situation. It's a creed they live by.
You know, I was just reading an article in Glamour on tension during family occasions. Seems to cause a lot of stress and trauma. Now, the part I found most interesting is that stressful situations can unleash deep, dark hostilities that make your hair fall out.
No, they're just fighting about patio furniture. Jackson and I will never fight about silly things like that. Are you married, Annelle?
Oh, I hope that coffee's better.
It smells right.
How pretty.
It's Princess Grace.
Oh, did you bring me that picture of that hairdo like I asked?
Here you go. Now study it carefully. And here's the baby's breath.
This is so exciting. I feel like I'm present in the creation. There's something so wondrous about the way a bride looks. I feel it is beauty in its purest form. Now, where am I going to put this stuff? There's no baby's breath in the picture.
You just stick it in. It's meant to frame my face. It's part of my whole decoration concept for a total romantic look. Miss Clary, what cute shoes.
Ooh, you think so? I think they're a little too racy for me. I'd not give them away.
Woo! Those are too cha-cha for words. If you decide to get rid of them, I'll buy them from you.
Well, what size do you wear?
Well, in a good shoe, I'm a size 6. But the 7 feels so good, I buy a size 8.
Well, they're 8.5.
Perfect.
Morning, Mama. Look at Miss Clary's shoes.
They're mine.
Is this a riddle or what?
Annelle, this is my mama. How are things at the house?
Oh, just fine. Weezer Boudreaux just this second dropped by to talk to your father. One or both of them are probably lying in a pool of blood by now. Hello. Did you say Annelle? What a pretty name. Unusual. I'm Lynn.
How's the mother of the bride?
Don't ask.
What's the matter?
Nothing a handful of prescription drugs couldn't take care of.
I'll take this for you.
Oh, just put it over there.
Annelle, why don't you go on and shampoo Mrs. Eatonton? These girls have mountains to move today.
Ain't that the truth?
Her coiffure card is right on top.
Oh, piece of cake.
Mama, this color is all wrong. Looks like stuck pig bled all over my hands.
I'm sure I have something at the house that'll do.
Do you have paint?
Of course I have pink.
It has to be delicate.
Well, if I don't have something, we'll send one of the boys to get you some delicate pink nail polish.
Great idea, Mama. I'd love to see what Tommy'd pick out.
Is anything I can help do at the last minute?
Clary, you have done plenty. You know, I think we've just got everything situated and We just finished borrowing every fern in North Louisiana. The boys are back at the house now, and they're taking care of the odds and ends.
Well, I sure hope the rain holds off. I hate it's not a prettier day.
No, this is perfect weather for me. I don't function well when it's hot. I love cloudy days. On cloudy days, I feel God's not trying so hard, so I don't have to either.
She does sweat profusely.
Thank you, Mama.
You know, heat never bothers me. I love it. But spicy foods make me sweat, especially the top of my head. My hair gets wet.
I'll get it, Trudy.
I bet that's for me. It's probably my mind trying to locate my body.
Hello? She sure is. Malin, it's your husband. Hold on just a minute.
Yes, Mom. I don't know. I haven't got it. I don't have it.
Drum, if you are trying to drive me crazy, you are too late. For the last time, I don't have it. Ask one of the boys. Goodbye.
What did Daddy want?
Nothing. So, we want to sweep it up, but leave some softness around your ears.
Sweep it up.
Yes, Mama. Up like Princess Grace.
Did you bring Trudy the picture of Jacqueline Smith?
No, I brought her the picture of Princess Grace. I destroyed that picture of Jacqueline Smith.
But I thought I had made you understand the advantages of that Jacqueline Smith hairdo.
No, Mama.
Well, at least I talked her out of that stupid idea of sticking all that baby's breath all in her hair.
Just keep your head in that sink, please.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's all right. I find cold water very refreshing. It just startled me a little, that's all.
Trudy, can I copy your strawberry pie recipe?
Sure. Your mama doesn't tell us much, Shelby. What's Jackson like?
He's a pretty swell guy. You know, I thought he was a pest at first. Then he kind of grew on me, and now I love him.
Where'd you meet him?
At a party at the Petroleum Club in Shreveport. I had no idea who he was, but I was getting a big kick out of watching him on that dance floor. It was painfully obvious he had never took time to dance in front of a mirror. There was something so attractive about how stupid he looked.
Is he real romantic?
No, but he does give me flowers and little gifts if I bug him enough. Oh, but he has promised to get me a rose on every anniversary, corresponding to the number of that anniversary, and I think that's real sweet.
Well, that's a pretty romantic idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wish it had been his.
Well, honey, Lloyd and I made it to 50 years, just shy of 3 months. Bless his heart, that stinker, he tried to hold on.
You remember your wedding?
Oh, I do. My wedding, it was wonderful. The flowers and the food. Weezer was my maid of honor. I do hope you and Jackson have just as much good times as Lloyd and I did. We had so much fun. He just couldn't make it. He tried, and he did hang on to the last state playoff.
Miss Clary, I'm sure there are still good times to be had.
Yeah, but I missed the whirlwind of being a mayor's wife. It was so much fun. I love going places, but I don't like to go by myself. If I go with another couple, I'm a third wheel. And if I go with another lady, you know, we're just a couple of old biddies.
Now, I'm sure someone like you can find something to do to occupy your time.
Well, y'all know I love football, but it's hard to parlay that into a reason to live.
Let's just face it, Clary. You're a woman coming to terms with her grips. You and I are in the same boat. My kids are leaving town, and I have a husband that hasn't moved from in front of the TV set in 15 years. It's up to us to figure out why we were put on this earth. Well, that's today's sermon. So, Shelby, are you and Jackson going to live in West Monroe or Monroe proper?
Monroe, of course. His law practice is there.
Oh, Shelby, that's wonderful. Louisiana lawyers do well whether they want to or not.
Now, I don't really care about all that. Don't get me wrong, the money's real nice and all. My big dream is to grow old with somebody and sit on the back porch just yelling at the grandkids, "No! Stop that!"
Are you going to quit nursing?
Oh, never. You know, I really love it. Just last week, we had this poor little fellow, about 2.5 months premature. He looked like a big rat. I kept holding him and talking to him, but I knew he wasn't going to make it.
That is so sad.
That happens all the time.
Drum and I feel that Shelby should not work anymore after she gets married.
Well, I'm so anxious to discuss this topic for the 900th time this week.
Shelby, you should not be on your feet all day. You need to be kinder to your circulatory system, honey.
I know you're new and all, but anytime you have anything to say, you just let it rip.
I don't have anything to say.
Well, Malin, looks like you're ready to roll. I think we can trust Nell to roll you up, don't you? Do you think you could roll up Mrs. Eatonton and Nell?
I don't know. Today is very special, and my work tends to be too poofy when I'm nervous. Does your dress have to go over your head?
Now, sweetie, don't worry. Can't mess up her hair. You just tease it till it looks like a brown football helmet.
Well, I must have missed the passage in Emily Post that said all abuse must be heaped on the mother of the bride. You go right on ahead, honey. I know you'll do a beautiful job. Besides, doesn't matter what I look like anyway.
Hush, girls. Now tell me some things about the wedding, Shelby. How many bridesmaids?
9.
Good Lord.
Exactly.
I hope that photographer brings a wide-angle lens.
Well, I think it's embarrassing and awful, but Mama insisted that I have my cousins and Marge St. Maurice.
Shelby, there was no way around it, and you know it.
It's gonna be pretentious. Daddy always said, an ounce of pretension is worth a pound of manure.
The poet laureate of Dogwood Lane.
I wish you'd get off Daddy's back. He gets enough hassle from Miss Weezer.
What are your colors, Shelby?
Blush and bashful.
Her colors are pink and pink.
Blush and bashful.
Well, I'll tell you what, those bridesmaids' dresses are beautiful, but how much more precious is this gonna get?
Well, my colors are blush and bashful. One shade has much deeper meaning than the other.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I tried to talk her into using peaches and cream because that's just so beautiful this time of year. But all the azaleas in the yard are peach color, and it just complements the skin tone so good.
Well, no way. My signature color is pink.
What color is your dress, Malin?
Oh, it's peaches and cream. Shelby, tell them about the sanctuary, honey.
Oh, no, well, I want to know what Clarice's dress is going to be like.
Beige lace to the knee.
Oh, wow. Well, I am wearing a sexy blue chiffon, Shelby. Jackson will take one look at me and leave you behind in the dust.
Well, Mama's dress is gorgeous. Her dress cost more than my wedding dress.
It did not, it was on sale.
That's what she told Daddy. What she meant was that it was for sale and not on sale.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, hi, Janice. Well, yes, I heard. Well, I know it's an emergency, but I've got Shelby today. But tomorrow's Sunday. But, fine. Come by after church.
Trudy, you should not give up your Sundays.
Well, you know how neurotic Janice Van Meter is about her appearance.
And now, honey, Janice is the current mayor's wife. We hate her.
Now, Shelby, fill me in on the reception.
Well, there's going to be twinkly lights and ferns, and there'll be magnolias in the pool.
I just sure hope your father doesn't get any magnolias from Weezer side of the tree. We will never hear the end of it.
And the cake's going to be by the pool, but that groom's cake is going to be hidden in the carport.
Shelby and I agree on one thing.
The groom's cake. It's awful. It's in the shape of a giant armadillo.
An armadillo?
He wanted a cake in the shape of an armadillo. He has an aunt that makes them.
That's unusual.
No, it's repulsive. That thing has gray icing. I can't even begin to imagine how you might make gray icing.
And worse, the cake part is red velvet. Blood red. My guests are going to be hacking into this animal that looks like it's bleeding to death.
Well, the rehearsal supper was an experience.
Wasn't that bad? It was out at Jackson's uncle's place on the river.
They served steak and baked potatoes. They really went to a lot of trouble, Shelby.
His family loves to barbecue.
For dessert, they served an original creation called Dago Pie. I think that about says it all. Jackson comes from a good old Southern family with good old Southern values. You either shoot it, stuff it, or marry it.
They're simply outdoorsy. That's all.
Did you all do anything especially romantic?
We went down to Frenchman's Point and went parking.
Oh, Shelby, please.
Ooh, the romantic part. This is what really melts my butter.
And then we went skinny dipping and did things that frightened the fish.
Oh, Shelby!
It's been a long time since we've had a youngster in here.
Then we talked and talked and talked.
Oh, I love those kinds of talks. In the arms of the man you love.
Well, actually, we fought most of the time.
What?
I told him I couldn't marry him.
What?
What'd you go and do a thing like that for?
It's okay now. We worked it all out.
It was just one of those last-minute jitter things.
No, but the wedding's still on.
Well, thank goodness. Because this hair is going in the Hairdo Hall of Fame.
Honey, you shouldn't do something like that and scare your mama half to death. She's marinating 50 pounds of crab claws.
But making up can be extremely romantic. I'm jealous. I miss romance so much.
Trevor, it can't be that bad.
The last romantic thing my husband did for me was in 1972. He enclosed this carport so I could support him. Very nice, Annelle. I think you know what you're doing.
Thank you. Miss Eaton, you have great hair, and your scalp's clean as a whistle.
I try.
It must run in the family. Shelby, you have such pretty hair, so thick. Hold your head up, darling.
Stop it.
Shelby. Lynn.
Shelby?
I'll get some juice.
Okay. Trudy, there's some candy in my purse.
I got a peppermint right here.
Shelby, we're getting you some juice, honey.
Should I get her a cookie?
Shelby,
Here's the juice.
here, you need some juice, hon. Shelby, drink some juice.
No.
Drink the juice, honey.
Who can blame her? Juice after a peppermint.
Shelby.
Stop it. I have candy in my purse.
Honey, you didn't bring your purse. Here, drink, take a sip.
Mama, I'm gonna leave if you don't leave me alone.
Oh, I'd like to see you try, Shelby. Honey, cooperate, drink. Drink the juice, honey, please.
No.
Shelby, you got too much insulin, honey. You're a diabetic. You've got to drink this, honey. Drink some, please. There. That's better. Okay, that's a start.
Oh, that one hit her quick.
Yeah, she's on the pill now, and her hormones are running wild. She'll get on an even keel pretty soon.
Well, Malin, she could hurt herself. What if she was driving a car?
Well, this probably explains why I've got all this gray hair, but you know, Shelby, you've known her as long as I have. You know I've got to let her be strong. There, she's not down too deep.
Talk to us, honey.
No.
Well, that's a start.
Shelby's been so upset lately. She and Jackson have been going round and round. Dr. Michaud told her at her last appointment that children are not possible. You know, it wasn't the easiest thing in the world to just sit there and watch your child's heart break.
Now don't talk about me like I'm not here.
There she goes. She's making a little bit more sense now. That one wasn't bad at all. Drink a little bit more juice, honey.
Should I do something, get her something?
No. Shelby will be fine in a little bit. She's just got to get something in her and she'll be all right. Yeah, there she goes. Drink a little bit more juice.
I'm sorry to hear about the children part, Lynn. Well, you know, when they first found out, her and Jackson were discussing it. And, you know, she really just feels like Jackson's given up his chance for having children. You know, he seems to be taking it pretty good. Shelby's the one that she just can't let it go. She keeps pushing the issue. But he's crazy about it.
He says, stop it. Don't be stupid. There's plenty of kids out there that need good homes. We'll adopt 10 of them. So we'll buy one if we have to.
Well, he sounds like good people to me.
Well, I knew right then and there that if he was going to be dumb enough to spend the rest of his life with me, I was going to be dumb enough to marry him. Oh, gosh. Mama, I'm so sorry.
Hello? Yeah, hon, just a second. Malin, it's Tommy for Shelby.
Shelby, honey, it's Tommy.
Shelby, it's Tommy. He wants to know where your car is.
No way. That's the honeymoon getaway car, and he just wants to defile it. Jonathan said he's been buying rubbers by the case.
She'll have to call you back.
Thank you, Mama.
You sit up straight. I've got to gild the lily. Are you going to want to take it down after the reception? I'll be glad to give you a touch-up before you leave on the honeymoon.
Oh, I was going to try to leave it up as long as possible.
Well, let me guess where the honeymoon's going to be. I picture tropical. Moonlight for days. Secluded. Somewhere you can be intimate out of doors.
Las Vegas.
The weather's supposed to be nice. I hear it's like living in a blow dryer.
Shelby, about what Jackson said?
Mama, I don't want to talk about it. What happens in my life now is between Jackson and me. He'll take care of me, and I'll take care of him.
Don't blame people for being concerned about you, honey.
What Jackson said about children, about adoption, it was wonderful and very wise. Not being able to have children is no disgrace. Shelby, are you listening to me, honey?
Mama, I know all about adoption, but I also know about the limits of this body of mine. I'm not going to do anything stupid.
Well, at least you're listening to reasoning.
Now, Shelby, you're going to have to start untangling this baby's breath.
Oh, Shelby, no!
It's my wedding. I'll stick baby's breath up my nose if I want to.
Well, she's got enough.
Well, fine. Here I am supposed to be the expert on behavior, and I can't even seem to manage the members in my own family.
Did you tell the mama?
Tell us what?
Oh, nothing really. But I might be appointed to the new position of administrator at the Mental Guidance Center.
Oh, that's wonderful, Malin. Y'all do such good work down there for the disturbed.
I wish I had taken my boys there when they were little and straightened them. I should have realized Louis had a problem when his imaginary playmates wouldn't play with him.
Boys grew up fine. They're just a little scary, that's all.
Well, I just think it must be fun for Malin to have access to all that secret personal information. Come on, Malin. Tell us about some of your most bizarre mental cases and let us guess who they are. There's some secrets in this town.
You know what? I will not discuss office business in a social setting. People need a place where they can come and unload their problems. I will not violate their confidence.
When Mama says she doesn't talk, she means it. She's a brick wall.
Well, I always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me.
Do you all realize that here we are just ignoring poor old Annette? Oh, a nail. A nail? She doesn't even know us from Adam's house cat, and here we are talking about all these things so foreign to her experiences. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Annelle.
There's nothing to tell.
Well, where do you live?
On the corner of Jefferson and 2nd.
Which corner?
The one where you can't see the house for the weeds.
Oh, you must live in Miss Robeline's house.
She's my landlady.
Oh, well, are you getting along with her?
What's the matter with her?
Oh, nothing. Well, are you happy there?
She scares me. She's always watching me. Sometimes I catch her looking through my keyhole.
Oh, that's not good. Well, don't you worry. She's probably just off of her medication. I'll stop by there on Monday and check on her. Shelby, finish off that juice, honey.
I'm fine now, Mama. You finish it.
Oh, but Shelby, drink the juice. It's going to be a while before the bridesmaids' luncheon.
Truvy, you know what you need in here? You need a radio. Makes for wonderful background noise. Takes the pressure off having talked so much.
Well, I used to have one till I slammed it against the brick wall when I couldn't figure out where the batteries went. I now know I was the victim of premenstrual syndrome.
Well, I've got 4 radios for wedding presents. I'll be sure to give you one.
How sweet.
Hey, you know, I just heard that the Antilli family is selling KPPD. Wonder how much a radio station even costs.
A lot, but you know, a small town radio station can be a license to print money if it's run right.
Miss Clary, you should buy KPPD. You got plenty of money.
What would I do with a radio station? Lloyd always took care of business. That never interested me.
Shelby, you want to finish off that juice, hon?
Would you forget the dang juice?
Well, Shelby will be fine now. Besides, I always carry some mints in my bag, just in case.
Well, take some of the butterscotch in that dish. Clary, put some of those butterscotch in her purse. They are the best. They start off real hard, but once you suck the coating off, they get real chewy. My 2 favorite things, crunchy and chewy and buttery all in one. Delicious.
Malin, you always keep candy in your purse?
Without fail.
Well, how often do you suck on this?
Put that back, Clary! I hate when people bring weapons in my shop.
How did you get Daddy's gun away from him?
Well, I was waiting around all morning for the opportunity. He finally put it down when he went to the bathroom.
I'd like to ask a question. I'm named Herondal. Is my life in danger?
No. Malin's husband's just been shooting at some birds. The trees are full of them this time of year.
You see, our backyard is full of fruit trees.
Which are full of birds. Daddy's been spending all afternoon trying to scare them off with loud noises. I just didn't want the guests at my reception to spend all night dodging bird doo.
The neighborhood is fit to be tied. Weezer Boudreaux claims my husband's gunshots for all the problems of that mangy old dog of hers. She insists that all that noise has caused that stupid animal to lose all its hair.
Taking the gun was a stroke of genius, Malin.
I know.
But what if he comes here and tries to take it back?
Oh no, Drum will never set foot in a beauty shop. This is women's territory. Besides, he probably thinks we all run around in here naked or something.
There's somebody coming. A strange lady with a strange dog.
That's Weezer.
That is one ugly dog. What kind of a dog is that?
Well, if Rhett had hair, he'd be a collie.
Lord, give us strength.
This is it. I found it. I am in hell. Don't try to get on my good side. I no longer have one.
You're a little early. You're not expected till 11ish.
Oh, that is precisely why I'm here. I have to cancel. I have to take my poor dog to the vet before he has a nervous breakdown. My dog, that is. The vet's perfectly healthy. You must be the new girl.
Hi.
May I have a glass of water? I have been screaming this morning. Weezer, I am so sorry that all this has gotten so out of hand. It's not your fault, Malin. I used to think you were crazy for marrying that man. Then for a couple years I thought you just must be a glutton for punishment. Now I realize you must be on a mission from God. I haven't slept in days and I look like a dog's dinner. However, whenever I got up this morning, I decided I would rise above it. I would start anew. Whatever that man had done, I would overlook in honor of your wedding day, Shelby. So I decided I'd make myself presentable and floss up the house a little bit in case somebody dropped by. It being a big day in the neighborhood and all, I go down to pick some fresh flowers for my living room. I go to my magnolia tree, and there's not a bloom on it. Weezer, the judge has not decided whose tree that is exactly. Oh, it's mine. Be that as it may, it would not be too much to ask for me to have one blossom to brighten my home. I'm all alone except for my dog.
You need something else in your life besides that dumb dog.
Put a lid on it, Clary. Like I said, I went down to my naked magnolia tree when I saw Drum across the way loading what appeared to be a cannon. I looked at him, I said, Drum, what happened to all my magnolia blossoms? He said, the wind must have blown them off during the night. I asked him, how did the wind manage to blow them all off into your pool? Then he fired at me. Is that rude or what? They're blanks. Drum would never aim a gun at a lady. He's a real gentleman. I bet he takes the dishes out the sink before he pees in it. Now that's uncalled for, you know it. All I know is my poor dog has to be sedated. he has a condition.
Now, are you sure that's true? Rhett is a very old dog.
I am simply going by what the vet tells me.
Which vet?
Whitey Black.
Well, there's your first mistake. We all know Whitey Black's a moron. He doesn't even have opposable thumbs.
Miss Weezer, Daddy's not trying to drive you crazy. He's just trying to make sure my reception's nice. His heart is in the right place.
But he cannot do this to my dog. My dog gets on his last legs. What am I going to do with my poor animal?
Hey, I got a lot of recipes right here.
Darling, whatever your name is, will you look out that window and check on my dog while I smack Clary on her smart mouth? Her smart mouth. You may not believe it, but these are the dearest friends I have in this town.
His color's good. His skin is real pink.
Miss Weezer, I know for a fact there'll be no more gunshots. So why don't you relax? Just have some coffee.
Ladies, everything's gonna work out fine. I'm almost through with Shelby, and they'll go on and shampoo Weezer. See? Life can be wonderful.
All right. As long as there's no more gunshots, I'll stay. What's your name again? Did you tell me?
I know.
Fine. I know everybody in town, and I don't ever recall seeing you before.
I just moved to town not too long ago.
With your family?
No, I don't have any family to speak of.
With your husband?
My husband? That's hard to say. I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm not sure.
I'm intrigued. Are you married or not? These are not difficult questions.
We're not. He's not. I can't talk about it.
Of course you can.
I'm not sure if I'm married or not. He's gone.
Honey, men are the most horrible creatures.
Everything is horrible. Bunky, that's my husband. He left. We only moved here a month ago. He just vanished last week.
No idea where he went.
Nobody knows. He took all the money, the jewelry, my car. Most of the clothes were in the trunk.
Well, there might have been foul play. Have you been to the police?
No, but they've been to me. He's in big trouble with the law, drugs or something. He never paid the rent, so I got thrown out of our house and had to move in at crazy old Rogalines. The police keep questioning me, but I don't know anything. They say my marriage may not be legal.
You should have said something.
I was scared to. I need a job in the worst way possible. And I didn't know if you'd hire someone who may or may not be married to someone who might be a dangerous criminal. But I swear to you that my personal tragedy will not interfere with my ability to do good hair.
Of course it won't.
I don't see how things can get any worse.
Of course they can.
You are so brave.
You must be made of courage.
I'm totally alone. Checks are bouncing everywhere. Everything's going wrong. I keep asking myself, why me?
We are awful. We are all hateful, awful people. Here, all we've been talking about is weddings and psychotic animals. We've been tearing you apart inside, haven't we? Well, I can't tell you how sorry I am. Sometimes we don't know how lucky we are.
Well, what can we do to help?
Well, I know one thing I can do. Tonight, you're going to stop by my house, have some bleeding armadillo's groom's cake. It's going to be a great party.
I couldn't. I still get real emotional sometimes.
Well, I can't stand the thought of someone being alone or unhappy tonight. And if you feel yourself start getting sad, you just watch my husband dance. It's very funny.
You're all so nice.
Oh, we enjoy being nice to each other. There's not much else to do in this town.
I don't have anything to wear.
No problem. Bet I'll have something that'll do. I'll call the house.
Now, if you're interested, my garage apartment will be available soon. My son's living there now, but just give me a day or two to straighten it up and sweep out the bed, and then come by and take a look. I'm sure we can make some arrangement with the rent.
Oh! Jonathan, good. I need you to do me a favor. Go to my closet, pick out 2 or 3 of my Sunday things. Use your judgment. Very well. Bring the pink dress with the white collar, the pink jacket with the cherry spin on it, and the pink and white polka dot. No, Jonathan, Mama doesn't have Daddy's gun. But you have better things to do. What? Well, stop him. Right now.
Is something the matter?
We'll see.
What the hell? What's happening?
Daddy took Jonathan's G.I. Joe remote in the road, tied some explosives on it, and shot it up into the trees.
Hope nobody's hurt. Well, the birds are flying every which way, and there's white smoke billowing up from your backyard.
Well, he's either set the tree on fire or he's elected a new pope.
I guess it worked. All the birds are leaving.
This is all she wrote. I'm gonna let that man have it.
Oh no, your dog broke his chain. He's headed towards the smoke.
Oh no, that dog will eat Drum alive and Drum's unarmed!
Weezer, do something!
Weezer, call your dog. He'll listen to you.
Miss Weezer, it's my wedding day. Please say something to your dog.
Kill, Rick, kill!
Shelby,
Mama, where is everybody?
I didn't expect you here until after lunch.
Well, we wanted to get an early start on the traffic. Stop by and see Jackson's parents on the way down here.
Well, what a treat.
And you gotta catch them early on the weekends. On Saturdays, they like to get up at the crack of dawn to start hunting those furry little creatures.
Well, you didn't stay very long.
I could tell they were anxious to start killing things. Stopped by, but nobody was there. Where's Truby?
Oh, she and Annelle were out back sticking pennies into the fuse box. They decorated that little tree over there, and when I went to plug it in, all the lights blew.
What are these things?
Red plastic poinsettia earrings. They are a gift from Annelle. She has discovered the wonderful world of arts and crafts.
Are Tommy and Jonathan home yet?
Yes, Tommy got in yesterday morning, and oh, honey, he just loves his school. It's all he can talk about. I think the one thing the architect school has taught him is how much he should hate his parents' house. And Tommy, he got in last night, and he immediately started terrorizing your father. It's so good to have everybody home for Christmas.
Well, some things certainly never change.
Well, how are you, honey?
Well, I'm good, Mama. It's just great.
Well, you're looking well. Is Jackson back at the house?
No, you know how twitchy he gets? Send him to look for stocking stuffers.
That was good thinking, huh?
Speaking of Jackson, we have something we want to tell you. And we wanted to wait until you and Daddy were together, which y'all hardly ever are. So it's every man for himself. I'm pregnant.
Shelby!
I'm gonna have a baby.
Well, I realize that.
Was that it? Is that all you're gonna say?
Well, what do you expect me to say?
I don't know. Something along the lines of congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
June 21st. Mama, you have to help me. We're gonna get a new house. Jackson and I were going house hunting next week. You know that man loves to hunt for anything.
Well, what does Jackson say about all this?
Oh, he's very excited. He says he doesn't care whether it's a boy or a girl, but I can tell he wants a son so bad he can taste it. He's so cute about the whole thing, though. It's all he can talk about. Jackson Latchery Jr.
But does he ever listen? I mean, when doctors and specialists give you advice, I know you don't ever listen, but does he? I guess since he doesn't have to carry this baby, then it really doesn't concern him.
Mama, please don't be mad. Couldn't bear it if you were. It's Christmas.
I'm not mad, Shelby. It's just so hard. I didn't think.
Mama, I want a child.
Oh, Shelby. Well, what about adoption? You've put in so many applications.
It didn't take us long to read the handwriting on the wall. No judge is going to give a baby to someone with my medical record. Jackson even put some feelers out about buying one.
People do it all the time.
Mama, I want a child of my own. I think it would help things a lot.
I see.
Mama, I know. Don't think I haven't thought this through. I can't live my life if all I do is worry. And in some cases, you worry too much. Now, in a way, it's a comfort to me, because I know I never have to worry, because you're worrying enough for the both of us. Jackson, we have given this a lot of thought.
Well, has he really? There's a first time for everything, I guess.
Don't start on Jackson.
Shelby, your poor body has been through so much. Why would you deliberately just do?
Mama, diabetics have healthy babies all the time.
But you're special, Shelby. There are limits to what you can do.
Listen, have it all planned. This time next year, I'm going to be bringing your big, healthy grandbaby to the Christmas festival, and nobody's going to be hurt, disappointed, or even inconvenienced.
Least of all Jackson, I'm sure.
You're just jealous because you no longer have to say so to anything that I do. That drives you up the wall. You're ready to spit nails because you can't call the shots.
Shelby, I did not raise my daughter to talk to me this way.
Yes, you did. Whenever any of us asked you what you wanted us to be when we grew up, what did you say?
Shelby, I am not in the mood for games.
Well, then just tell me what you said.
I said all I wanted was for you to be happy.
Okay, the thing that would make me happy is to have a baby. If I could adopt one, I would, but I can't. So I'm going to have a baby, and I wish you would be happy too.
I wish. I don't know what I wish.
I don't know why you have to make things so difficult. I look at having this baby as the opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, sure, there's risk involved. That's true for anybody. And when it's all said and done, there's going to be a little piece of immortality left with Jackson's looks and my sense of style. Hope. Please, I need your support. I would rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special.
They're on, Trudy!
Please don't tell anybody. I want to tell Daddy first.
I never tell anybody anything. Oh, well, look who's here. Give me a hug right here and now.
Hi, Truby. Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. And now, we have a special mystery guest. You are just in time. You can have the honor of lighting the tree of beauty.
Oh, how precious. And what a noble idea to trim it with the hair things.
It's all the nails idea.
Hi there.
A nail?
Did all this. Guilty. Truby turned over the decoration responsibility to me. I like themes. I despise the commercialization of Christmas. Always have. So I went to the fire sale at the Baptist bookstore in Shreveport last month. They had mismatched manger scenes at incredibly low prices. I cleaned them out of baby Jesuses, which Truby's husband helped me modify into ornaments. Very simple, tiny white lights, baby Jesuses, and spoolies.
My husband has redone Poot's old room, so Nell has a workshop for all her handicrafts. That little garage apartment is so cramped.
Well, isn't that nice? Are you boys coming home for Christmas?
No. Louis came home at Thanksgiving with his new girlfriend. The nicest thing I can say about her is that all her tattoos are spelled correctly. Guess it's just me and the old man and Annelle. Do the honors, Missy. And let's hope it doesn't blow up again.
See? I know what I'm doing.
I know your mama is so happy you could be home in time for the festival. It's going to be the best ever. More fireworks, a nativity made entirely of sparklers, and a huge sign on the riverbank that says, I heart Chinkopin Parish. It's going to be spectacular. Oh, and guess who the Grand Marshal of the parade is? Wayne Newton.
Well, you know, I wouldn't miss a Christmas festival for the world. Oh, and Mama, while I'm thinking about it, brought some white chocolate cherry cheesecakes for our open house.
Doesn't sound like finger foods to me.
Well, they're bite-sized, like this.
Annelle?
Perfect. Oh, and also while I'm thinking about it, I've been going through my closet, getting rid of clothes I've hardly ever worn. I figured I could give them to you. Your patients might be less disturbed if they had something stylish to wear.
Annelle?
The chair. Shelby, if you don't have any special plans for those clothes, could I have them? Riverview Baptist Church has a clothes closet for the poor, and we're real low on women's dresses.
Sure. That's a wonderful idea. They're just in the car, so I'll get them in a minute.
It breaks my heart she won't come to the Methodist church with me. I think the Riverview Baptist is a little too praise the Lord for my taste.
Some of them do get a little carried away, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No. A lot of Mama's mental patients are born-again Christians. I mean that only in the best sense of the word.
Well, we're just glad that Annelle is settling down and finding her way. She's had a few rough months, haven't you, honey?
Oh, after they finally threw Bunky Dupuy behind bars and I was rid of him, I went wild. I was drinking, running around, smoking.
Jezebel.
But Truby helped me see the error of my ways. I realized I have something to offer. I joined the church last month, and I've given guest lectures on beauty at the trade school.
Our little Annelle has become one of the hottest tickets in town.
Truby, stop! I am enjoying the city more, and I am so excited about the Christmas festival today. I've always wanted to come to it, and now I live here.
Tell her who you have a date with.
Truby, will you hush?
Well, tell her, Missy. Shelby is pretty much totally responsible for the whole thing.
Sammy DeSoto.
And he has a body that doesn't stop anywhere.
How am I responsible?
He was bartending at your wedding reception last spring. That's when I met him. He makes a mean cherry coke.
Romance. This is what I live for. Can we do anything for you today, Shelby?
I'm beyond help. Last week, I discovered the early stages of crow's feet.
Oh, honey. Time marches on. And eventually you realize it marches across your face. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm never better.
Hey, girls.
There she is.
My annual pecan taffy.
Well, I guess you're the happy one this morning.
Absolutely. First state championship in 8 years.
Well, you sound awful, Miss Clary.
Hey, darling.
Can I get you some tea?
That would be wonderful. I'm sorry I'm late. It was 1 o'clock in the morning when we got home last night, but we had a dazzling victory over Dry Crumb.
I heard you on the radio last night. You were wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, what were you doing on the radio?
I was the color announcer for the Devils. I was fabulous. I was too colorful for words.
Well, it was nice of them to let you speak on the radio.
Let me, honey, I bought the thing.
You got it?
I did. KPPD, best championship radio station in all of Chincopen Parish.
Shelby, what do you think of Clarice's new short and sassy look?
Oh, I love it.
Just wait till I jack it up.
It does make you look younger, Miss Clary.
Well, thank you. My hair might look younger, but my face looks just as old.
There is so much going on. The state championship, the Christmas festival, and that Messiah sing-along tomorrow.
Life in the big city will spoil you.
Now, who won Miss Merry Christmas this year?
Well, my niece, Nancy Beth, of course.
She was by here at 7 this morning. I had to position her tiara properly so it wouldn't slip off during the Christmas parade. I sprayed her hair within an inch of its life.
Well, I should have known. You know, all you Marmillions are gorgeous. Beauty's genetic in your family.
Well, she is a pretty girl. You know, she's Miss Merry Christmas, Miss Soybean, and Miss Watermelon.
But dumb as a post.
Empty is the head that wears the crown.
Well, you got to admit, God did a little dance around that family. Drew was so successful, and Belle does her own hair. Their children are perfect. They're like a family on TV. They don't have a care in the world.
That's not necessarily true.
Oh?
That's all I'm saying.
Oh?
Well, I should have won Miss Merry Christmas the year I ran. My talent was very showy.
Well, honey, we tried to tell you that fire batons aren't everyone's cup of tea.
Mama did not approve of my twirler fire batons.
Shelby, I just don't approve when you do dangerous things.
No, she hated those fire batons.
I have never hated anything in my life, Shelby. I supported you. I just couldn't watch you. Your father, on the other hand, had a field day. He got so much pleasure out of standing in that backyard for hours, just watching you practice. He had that garden hose ready to put you out when you caught yourself on fire.
My entire pageant ensemble was coordinated in shades of pink. And I twirled from the music from Hawaii 5-0. It was my theme song.
We were so proud of her.
Well, the year I competed, the swimsuit competition was my downfall. Most women look for a swimsuit that will lift and separate. I look for one that will divide and conquer. But I've always been built for comfort, not for speed.
Who won the title your year, Miss Clary?
Oh, child, nobody. We didn't even have a Christmas festival when I was in high school. The baby Jesus wasn't even born till I was in college. I remember it like it was yesterday. My friends and all, we were out watching our flocks by night.
Get over here, Clary. A nail's going to gift wrap your head.
I could just spit.
Morning, Weezer.
The parade doesn't start for 4 hours, and already people are parking on my lawn. They gonna flatten my grass.
Here, let me hold you.
I can't stand out-of-town tourists.
Hello.
Shelby, what are you doing here?
Being a tourist, I guess. But I won't flatten your grass. I promise.
Good God. You had the good enough sense to move away from this festival madness. I can't understand why you drag yourself back for a couple firecrackers and drunk teenagers erping on your shoes.
Well, I like it.
Miss Weezer, I think you need a healthy dose of Christmas spirit.
I have so much Christmas spirit, I could scream.
Merry Christmas.
Besides, I just finished putting out my yard decorations.
Weezer, keep off the grass signs or not Christmas decorations.
They are bordered in holly. Well, you made them, didn't you?
With my own two hands.
Your present is back at the house. I haven't wrapped it yet.
How's Red?
He's getting along. He is the poster dog for the Christmas festival.
That is Red.
He looks so much better now that his hair grew back.
Well, I've got some errands to run. But before I go, Miss Weezer, I've met an old friend of yours.
Oh?
Owen Jenkins.
Oh. Well, there's a blast from the past.
Do you remember him? He sure remembers you.
Of course I remember him. He had the longest nose hair in the free world.
Well, now, he hardly has any hair anywhere.
Owen's been gone from Chinkapin since God was a little boy. I thought he had died.
Well, Owen lives in Monroe now and goes First Presbyterian. He sings in the choir. You know, last week we were doing an especially beautiful Mozart thing and I was moved to tears. He offered me his handkerchief and we got to talking. And when he found out where I was from, he asked me if I knew you. I said, not only did I know you, but your dog has almost eaten my father on numerous occasions. You know, Owen's had a very interesting life. He lived in Ohio somewhere, but his wife died recently and he's moved back down here.
Does this story have a point?
No, not really. He just remembers you fondly, I think.
I can't imagine why. He wasn't a bad fella. I did manage to run him off and marry the first of two total deadbeats.
Unrequited love, my favorite.
Maybe I could arrange for us all to get together.
Maybe not.
Well, why not?
Sure. Within the past few decades, I managed to marry two of the most worthless men in the universe. Then I proceeded to have three of the most ungrateful children ever conceived. The only reason why people are nice to me is I have more money than God. I am not about to open up a new can of worms.
Do I sense a negativity in your tone?
Weezer, if that's really the way you feel, it's so unhealthy. You probably need to consider coming on down to the Mental Health Guidance Center. You might need to talk to somebody. You know, we're there to help you.
I'm not crazy. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40 years.
Well, Anil, what would you like me to do with these clothes? I really need to get them out my trunk.
Just bring them in.
Good. And then I'll finish my Christmas shopping, Mama.
I could shoot you. I haven't even started.
I hadn't even washed the dishes since Thanksgiving.
What'd you get your mama? I told her this morning what part of it was.
Well, let's hear it, Missy.
I think it's a secret.
And obviously, there's no such thing as that in this room.
Well, it's up to you, honey.
Well, I'm gonna have a baby.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, well, no wonder you've been so quiet this morning, Malin. Grandma. Well, aren't you excited? Smile. It increases your face value.
June 21st.
And those doctors said you couldn't have children. What do they know? I guess you showed them.
No, those doctors said she shouldn't have children. There's a big difference. I guess you showed us all, Shelby.
Well, I've got to get going. Miss Weezer, you're bringing your shrimp meat pies to our open house tonight.
Don't always. They'll be there.
Good. So, Owen Jenkins, I opened that can of worms for you.
Owen, after all these years, I don't think I can be gracious under pressure.
Shelby. She does seem to let her heart get the best of her at times.
This baby, it's not exactly great news, is it?
She just wants this so badly.
Oh, boy.
I just don't know. Oh, honey.
I wish I had some words of wisdom for you, but I don't. So I will focus on the joy of the situation. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, diabetics, they have healthy babies all the time.
Yeah, it will all be fine.
Of course it will.
Well, you know, I thank you all. I think everything, you know, it's going to all work out. You know what they say, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
What is that girl up to?
Oh, Shelby's donating some clothes to the poor.
I hope poor people like pink.
Just dump them on the couch.
Miss Malin, you sure you don't mind me taking them? If your patients need them.
No, if Shelby says you can have them, you can have them. Because what Shelby says goes.
Now that's not true, Mama.
Shelby, you always have to have the last word.
I do not.
You're listening to KDBD, the station of choice in Chinquapin Parish. Now, stop by the shopping center this afternoon. I'll be broadcasting al fresco, which means out of doors for those of you who are Latin scholars. There will be prizes and a battle of the band, all sponsored by KDBD. Swing on by and meet me in person. See how good looking I really am. Coming up now, a full half hour of non-stop music, so I can take it over to the shopping center. Let's hope none of these records have a scratch on them, because I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna kick things off with one of my personal all-time favorites. See you at the shopping center.
Well, didn't he scare you half to death by coming by so late?
No, it wasn't too late. It was only about 9:30, I think.
Still, somebody knocking on my bedroom window after dark scared the daylights out of me.
Well, I guess hope springs eternal, you know. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I realized it was my nephew.
Well, I think it's awful of Drew to throw his son out the house. I do not think parents should throw their children out of the house.
Well, y'all know how hot-headed my brother is, and he didn't throw Marshall out the house, but Marshall just left while he cooled down, and we stayed up half the night talking.
Well, that's it. Are you ready to see the new Shelby Latchery?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you're gonna have to sooner or later. Our world is full of reflective surfaces.
Can't believe I'm getting so worked up over something as silly as a haircut.
It's precious.
Okay, I'm ready. Oh gosh. No, it's so weird.
Well, I did what you wanted to, didn't I, honey?
Yes, I didn't mean. Of course, you did a beautiful job. I've just never had short hair, that's all.
Well, that is what us Cosmo girls call a rite du passage.
I'm sorry, I'm being so ridiculous.
Oh, please don't cry, because you know I want to. I have a strict policy that nobody cries alone in my presence.
Remind me not to take these two to see Dark Victory. They'll never make it.
Look, I love my hair.
Whew. Well, my artistic nature is so relieved.
It's very becoming. I guess with that baby of yours, you don't have hours to spend fussing with your hair. You need something you can just run your fingers through and go.
It's absolutely adorable. Your mama's gonna love it.
Oh, I didn't even tell Mama. She thinks I'm just getting a trim and I wasn't up to a big debate with her this morning. Now, Trevor, let's do my nails.
Oh, this is a treat. Nobody ever wants to get a manicure. I don't even know what to charge for a full day of beauty.
Well, I want the works. I want to feel completely pampered today. And I know Mom's going to want a manicure too.
Well, I am going to paint my door red and change my name to Elizabeth Arden.
Well, manicures and sassy new hairdos, what is going on?
Now, you know we always got something going on here. But I want to get back to this Drew and Belle nonsense. I really hope they can reconcile with Marshall. I do not approve of friction between parents and their kids.
Well, I think it'll blow over. It's just the way he went about it.
What did he do?
Well, he showed up unannounced from Los Angeles, and Drew and Belle were getting ready for the annual Marmillion Shrimp Bowl. And he comes in and says, Mama and Daddy, sit down. I've got some bad news. I've got a brain tumor. I've only got 3 months to live. Well, they went crazy, of course, right? And then he said, Mom and Daddy, I'm just joking. I'm only gay.
That was his idea of breaking the news gently.
Well, Drew, of course, went hysterical, started throwing shrimp at him, taught him to get out of his sight, so he came over to my house smelling like a can of cat food.
What do you think Drew and Belle are feeling right now?
I don't know. You know, they've always considered themselves to be a model family. And first with that thing with, Nancy Beth and the hotel thing, she got dethroned from Miss Merry Christmas.
What hotel thing? I don't live here anymore, remember?
Well, Nancy Beth was caught in a nearby motel with a high political official.
They were both high. They'd been smoking everything with their shoes.
Well, to be the only Miss Merry Christmas in history caught with her tinsel down around her knees was a very humiliating experience for the Marmillion family.
Well, how do you feel about Marshall?
Well, y'all know I love him. I've been so proud of him. You know, he built up those chains of sportswear stores all by himself without a dime of family money. He likes to say, I'm a self-made man. I pulled myself up by my own jockstrap. He loved turning phrases, didn't he?
Amen.
Amen. Annelle, we're out of the...
Is it still next to?
No, it's over the...
Okay.
Was she just praying?
Yes.
Why?
Well, you got me. Maybe she was praying for Marshall and Drew and Belle. Maybe she was praying for us because we were gossiping. Maybe she was praying because the elastic is shot in her pantyhose. She prays at the drop of a hat these days.
Well, how long has she been this way?
Ever since Mardi Gras. She had the choice to go on a Bible weekend with her Sunday school group or to New Orleans with me and 2 other sinners. She left that Friday a pleasant, well-adjusted young lady, and she came back Tuesday a Christian.
What does her boyfriend say?
Sammy's so confused he doesn't know whether to scratch his watch or wind his butt. But he is crazy about her. He said he could deal with another man in her life, but he has trouble with the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
You know, I'm pretty religious. That kind of stuff makes me feel creepy.
Well, I'm torn. I have 2 sons that I'm afraid are going to hell in a handcart, and a semi-daughter that strives to be the kind of girl Jesus brings home to Mama. I don't know what to think. I don't understand these people, but they sometimes seem to have a peace about things that I've just never had. Maybe I'm jealous.
Well, you know, Roy gave me, he's so thoughtful, he gave me this, look at this beautiful golden enamel pen.
It's a bug.
It's got ruby eyeballs. My birthstone. It is fine jewelry.
Now, Miss Clary, forgive me. Does Marshall have friends?
Well, you know me, nosy old thing. I said, Marshall, how do you meet people? You know, how do you know? I said, because in my day and age, you could tell by a man's carriage and demeanor which side of his bread the butter was on. So he said, I said, but nowadays you can't tell. He said, well, every gay man has track lighting. And they're either named Mark, Rick, or Steve. Can you believe that, track lighting?
Morning, Weezer. What's so funny?
Miss Clary was just telling us the true meaning of track lighting.
Oh, I love mine. It highlights my new artwork.
When did you get track lighting?
About 3 weeks ago. It's in my foyer and up the stairs. It was my grandson's idea.
Haven't seen him in ages. How is he?
Steve's fine. I brought y'all some tomatoes I got first of the season. I didn't expect to see you here, Shelby.
Well, I'm here.
Well, here, honey, take some tomatoes with you. There's plenty. Or your hair's short. Looks good.
Thank you, Miss Weezer. And Jack Jr. loves tomatoes. He smears them on the cafe curtains in the kitchen.
Well, your mama tells us you've become an incredible gourmet cook.
Well, I try. You know, when me and Jackson first married, all he wanted was potatoes, meat, and vegetables, just like his mama used to make them. Cook the mush. But I broke him out of that. I even got some pate down him last week. He swore it was dog food. Jack Jr. loved it, though.
Clary, how many tomatoes do you want? Tomatoes have no calories and are full of things.
Weezer, you sound almost chipper. Why are you in such a good mood? Did you run over a small child or something?
Do you or do you not want the tomatoes?
Well, don't give me all of them.
Well, somebody's got to take them. I hate it. I try not to eat healthy if I can help it. The sooner this body wears out, the better off I'll be. I can't seem to get enough grease into my diet.
Then why do you grow them?
I am an old Southern woman. I'm supposed to wear funny-looking hats and ugly dresses and grow vegetables in the dirt. Don't ask me why. I don't make the rules.
Well, you need to put on some gloves. Your hands look like a couple of T-bone steaks.
Health is the most important thing, Miss Weezer. Trust me on this one.
And while I've got everybody's attention, I went to my mailbox this morning to find that somebody has put me on the mailing list for the Riverview Baptist Church. Lucky me. I'm now receiving chain letters for Christ.
They aren't chain letters. They're part of my prayer group's Reach Out and Touch project. We were each supposed to write to somebody in the community who we thought might be in spiritual trouble. I guess you made everybody's list.
I think it is in the worst possible taste to pray for perfect strangers.
Reach out and touch Weezer. You might draw back a bloody stump. Hey, Shelby, you saved me a phone call. I was going to see if Sis or Rail and I could take you and Jackson out to dinner next Friday. We're coming up to Monroe.
Well, can't Friday night. Sorry. What's the occasion?
It sounds a little silly, but we got tickets to a play up there. We're going to the Little Theater.
I didn't know you went to see anything that didn't have a goalpost at either end.
Well, not until recently. But Sis and I decided the other day at Bridge that we needed to expose ourselves to more than just, what's around here. And there's not a lot of culture around here in these neck of the woods.
Exactly what are you exposing yourself to?
Well, we got tickets to a play. We already went to see one. It was one of those Shakespeare things. And, at first it was a little weird. They have on these little masks and they hiding behind the curtains and stuff trying to fool you. Well, Sis fell for it, but I didn't.
Sis O'Reilly is so dumb. She thinks Sherlock Holmes is a subdivision.
Well, anyway, we're thinking about planning a theater trip to New York.
New York? Oh, Clary, I am green with envy. Promise me you'll go to the first floor of Bloomingdale's and come back and tell me everything. Women's Day says it's impossible to go through the first floor and not get made up.
Well, I'm excited, but I'm really scared about getting on the plane.
Oh, it's a piece of cake. You're safer flying than you are in a car. Just sit in the back. That's the best place to survive the crash.
Miss Weezer, why don't you go to Monroe with Miss Clary?
I am not exposing myself to anything.
You need to broaden your horizons.
You broaden your horizons your way, I'll broaden my horizons mine. Besides, I got plans next Friday. I'm going to Shreveport to get my colors done.
Your what?
I'm going to get my colors done. I'm going to find out if I'm a summer, a spring, a fall, or winter. It's a present from Owen.
What are you talking about?
Everybody has a particular coloring. Summer, spring, so on. You determine what season you are, then you'll know what colors look best on you. Then they'll give you samples of the colors that are in your palette. It helps you when you go shopping for clothes. It gives you fashion courage.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It is all the rage.
A lot of my friends in Monroe have had it done.
The family circle has a quiz on that very topic right over there. I am the epitome of winter.
Shelby, why don't you have your colors done? You're so fashion conscious.
No way. Might find out pink's not in my color palette, and I couldn't live with that.
Well, I'm going to the theater. I'm going to support the arts in our area.
I'll write a check. I'll support art. I just don't want to see it.
It wouldn't hair lick you,
Let's get one thing straight. I don't go to plays because I can nap at home for free. I don't watch movies because it's all trash and full of naked people. And I don't read books because if they're any good, they'll be turned into miniseries.
I'm surprised you and Daddy don't get along any better than you two do. How are you and Owen? I've been wanting to check in. I just haven't been able to lately.
I enjoy his company, on occasion.
Well, I can report that on occasion, the florist delivery van has been across the street at least twice a week.
He knows I like fresh flowers.
Well, I can also report that there's been a strange car across the street at least once a week.
There, my secret's out. I'm having an affair with a Mercedes-Benz.
Weezer, forgive me, but I've been dying to ask. Are you and Owen,
Wait a minute, I got to get a mental picture of that.
Not that it's any of anybody's business, but no, we're just friends. Now he'd like more, and I'm dealing with that. I'm just old and set in my ways.
No, you're just playing hard to get.
She better be playing Beat the Clock. She and her dog's got to learn some new tricks.
No trash talking in my shop.
I can't help it if men find me desirable.
Shelby, when are you going to bring that baby of yours by?
I actually brought a picture of him. Let me show you.
Has he gained any weight?
He's about 15 pounds now.
Oh, God, he's a tiny thing.
He was only 1.5 pounds when he was born. He'll catch up though, just give him some time.
Oh, those were some tough hours. We didn't know who to be worried more for, you or him.
Well, I certainly wouldn't recommend having a baby 3 months premature.
I get upset just thinking about it.
Then let's don't. Jack Jr., he's a little fighter. He's wearing me out. I don't know where he gets all that energy from.
Well, don't do it all yourself. You get that husband of yours to help. There's supposed to be help in this decade.
He does. Mama doesn't think he does, but he does. Sometimes. When he wants to, which is not often. No, most of the time he doesn't do a dang thing. And every weekend, he's off hunting.
Well, Jack certainly is a good provider.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he'll come around. And when he does, you run and tell me how you accomplished it. And I'll get to work on that sofa slug I'm married to.
This one's pretty.
I thought so. Private Passion is my favorite. It's luscious without being sleazy. Oh, now, ladies, we've got to make some time adjustments for next Saturday. I'm going to be here all by my lonesome. Annelle is taking a well-deserved vacation.
Oh, are you going on a trip?
Yes, I am.
Well, aren't you going to tell us where you're going?
No.
Please, Annelle. I don't know how I'll make it through the week without this information.
You'll just make fun.
Annelle, you know I love it when you go on and on about your spiritual growth. I just can't get enough.
She has a very nice little trip planned to Camp Crossroads in the Ozarks.
No, I don't think I've heard of Camp Crossroads.
Well, it's in the middle of Arkansas. It's a Christian camp. There's just cabins, a chapel, and a dining hall in the middle of the mountains with a lake. I'll spend a week in Bible study, prayer, and meditation. You're in the middle of nature, surrounded by the beauty of the Lord.
Are there water beds?
Weezer, leave her alone.
What? I'm just trying to find out more about Camp Cross-Side. I might want to go.
You have never done a religious thing in your life.
Now that is not true. When I was in school back in the day, a bunch of me and my friends would dress up as nuns and go bar hopping.
Is your boyfriend going?
No, he said he'd rather eat dirt.
That reminds me, I need to check up on my granddaughter. Make sure she's still going to that Episcopal church. This born-again process is awful tedious.
I have to say this, Miss Weezer, and I don't mean to hurt you, but I worry about your faith sometimes.
My faith is fine. It's my hair that needeth the most work.
Weezer, one of these days, somebody's going to cut the feet out of your stockings.
Weezer, have you no shame?
It's all right, Truby. I love Miss Weezer. I pray for her every day, sometimes twice.
Oh, morning, everybody.
Shelby, Mama, please don't say anything. I like it. It'll be so much easier to deal with.
Oh, honey, bless your heart.
It'll dry so quick. All I'll have to do is run my fingers through it.
The last time you had short hair was kindergarten.
Well, from now on, promise to get my hair cut off every 25 years.
Well, I love it, I do.
And how are you?
Oh, how are you?
Good, Mama.
Well, you're looking good. Well, here's a little goodie. You can open it later.
Well, Malin, it must be good having everybody home.
Well, it's rare indeed, but it has been very nice. Any special reason? Just a little get together. Last week was our anniversary.
Well, good. Well, you should have reminded me. I would have made Drum's favorite, nut surprise cake.
Well, you know, we've never considered it a major occasion before.
Which one is it?
Our 30th.
Ooh, that's a big one. What is the 30th?
How do you mean?
You know, first is paper, 20th is china, 25th is silver, so 30th must be
Value.
Well, and what would Drum say if he heard you say that?
Nothing. He doesn't even seem to have no idea about what volume is. That man prides himself on never having a moment's tension. You know, that's pretty amazing considering all that he's done through the years. You listen to me. I've got to stop taking pot shots at Drum all the time. He's a good man. He's crazy, but he's a good man.
He seems to be behaving himself lately. He was most civil at the Piggly Wiggly yesterday. Caught me off guard. I smiled at him before I could help myself.
You know, the most bizarre thing has happened. Drum and I seem to be rediscovering all the things that brought us together in the first place. I don't know if we became blind to them or if we just buried them somehow.
No, used to be. Thought of our parents being romantic made me and my brother sick to our stomachs. But it's actually very sweet. It has been a lovely week.
Every now and then, Drum and I seem to find these moments of magic. I don't know. I don't know if I'm lucky to have what I have or just lucky to know what I had.
That's getting too deep for me. I'm going to get my tires rotated.
Lynn, maybe you should write a romance novel based on your recent experiences. I could help you with the dirty parts.
Nobody'd believe it. Shelby, you're looking a little pale, hon.
I'm fine, Mama. How are you?
All right, y'all, I'm going on out. Now, if y'all get out this afternoon, come on down to the Dixie Plaza Shopping Center. KPPD is sponsoring a whole festival down there. We've got hot dogs and bingo and prizes and such. And we're having some live band called Single Bullet Theory. Whatever that is.
Shelby, what have you done to yourself?
Oh, it doesn't hurt.
What have you been doing? Have you seen this, Lynn?
I have.
Should we tell the Mama?
Well, I guess so. Guess there's no point in keeping it a secret any longer. Shelby has been driving nails into her arm.
It's my dialysis.
What?
Dialysis. It's when...
I know what it is.
Please tell us what's going on, honey.
No, it's not any big thing. No big thing. Please don't look at me like that.
Well, how long have you been doing this dialysis?
Just a couple of months.
A couple of months, and you hadn't even told us?
There was no point. You know, sometimes you just don't want to talk about things.
Now, what would have been the point? There's nothing you could have done.
We could have done something.
You're very selfish, Malin. I can't believe you didn't tell us.
Now hold it. Your whole talking like this is something.
Oh, this isn't something?
Having Jack Jr. just put too much strain on my kidneys. Now they're kaput. Doctor said this would probably happen.
Oh, that's all. That's all.
Well, I'm responding beautifully to dialysis. Do I look bad?
Oh, you look beautiful.
Well, can you tell us how it's going to work?
I could be doing this dialysis forever. It's agony.
Well,
But,
until you get a transplant or something, right?
oh yeah. But I'm scheduled on the nationwide transplant computer.
How long do you have to wait?
There have been people at dialysis that have been waiting for years.
That must be agony.
It is, I suppose, but I'm lucky. I don't have to wait anymore. Mom's gonna give me one of her kidneys.
What? When?
Check in tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, Malin? You hadn't even told us?
Trudy, could you come do my hair? I'm in a bit of a rush. I never thought there'd be a time where words would fail me, but I think this is it.
Why didn't you tell us?
We just did. We haven't known for that long. We all just were tested last week, and I'm the closest match.
What do you mean match?
Well, there are 4 categories for organ match, and I match the best.
Categories?
Swimsuit, evening gown, personality interview, and talent.
I'm gonna yank you bald-headed.
We are very upset here.
I passed upset a long time ago.
I'm sorry. That's one of Tommy's jokes. I just think it's very funny.
No wonder your whole family's in town. I'm just so relieved it was me. You know, the boys, they're so young. I wouldn't want them to ever have to go through this. And who would want one of Drum's mean old organs? Besides, with all the tests and everything, I have discovered that I had the constitution of somebody that's 10 years younger. Well, how about that?
But it must be so painful.
Not really for me. My operation's simple. Now, Mama's is awful. They basically have to saw her in half to get that kidney. It's major surgery for her.
Well, they have to saw you in half? Well, they do it on Circus of Stars all the time.
Malin, this is no laughing matter.
Believe me, Miss Clary, there have been more than enough tears.
Well, you know, my waist is going to get a whole lot smaller because they have to take out my bottom ribs to get that kidney out. Well, Cher had her ribs removed to have a smaller waist.
Well, Cher is out of her mind.
Shelley, this morning when I said I'd be better off when this body wears out, I didn't mean it. You know better than to listen to anything I say.
Forget it, Miss Weezer.
Well, I'm a terrible person.
You are not, Weezer. You'd give your dog a kidney if he needed one.
Absolutely.
But you two are so calm and collected. Well, I'm happy. Look at the opportunity I get. Most mothers only get the chance to give their child life once, but I get to do it twice. You know, I think it's neat. You know, Shelby needs her help to chase after that rambunctious kid of hers. And I've got 2 kidneys. All I really need is one. I'm just glad we can get this over with before it gets too hot.
Ain't that the truth?
You know what? I'm going to postpone my vacation a day so I can sit with your husband during the operation. I'll run get Coca-Colas and things.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, but don't cancel your trip.
Hey, and we'll make sure Drum has enough food.
Absolutely. We'll take care of everything at the house. Don't you worry about a thing.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'm sure Drum does too.
Malin, you are brave. You are so brave.
You know, Shelby, if I didn't know any better, I wouldn't have known you'd ever been sick a day in your life.
That's the biggest compliment anyone has ever paid me.
Poor Shelby.
Now, don't say that. I have my kid, and I'm very happy. And if this is part of the price I have to pay, then I have to pay it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, someone has a present to open.
Ooh, is it for me? Well, only if you can wear a size 2. I can let it out.
Mama, did you open it?
Okay, now, this is just a little something I picked up. It was on sale. Truthfully.
Now, am I gonna look fabulous or what?
God bless you, Shelby.
You're going to be the sassiest girl in that hospital.
Well, what about me?
Now, you ladies better come visit us.
I'll be right by your side. Yours too. I'll do whatever I have to do.
And I'll make sure Drum stays calm during the operation.
Trudy, this might gross you out. Is there any way I could keep some of my hair? Or is that too repulsive?
People do it all the time.
Had it for so long. Guess it represents an error or something.
Oh, honey, your nails. I'll put some in a box and give it to your mama.
I love you all. Miss Clary, would you do something for me?
Absolutely.
Now you tell Drew and Belle that if that's the most disturbing thing that's ever happened to them, they should just get over it.
I'll do it today.
Trudy, why isn't my radio playing?
On their 14th straight victory. And if they keep playing like this, the Devils might just have another state championship to call their own. That final playoff score again, 27-6. There is no new word on the lawsuit brought by the Reverend Q.T. Bennett against the Chickapin Parish Board of Education. The Reverend, who is pastor of the Riverview Baptist Church, has filed suit charging that the use of the devil as a mascot for our high school team encourages satanic behavior in the youth of our community. We reached for comment about the Reverend's lawsuit. Devils head coach Waddy Thibodeau said, and I quote, "Tell him to go to hell." Congratulations to Wynetta Beach, home 34.
Well, I'm sorry, honey.
She's the winner of the Halloween sweepstakes, sponsored.
You know I would if I could, but I just can't today.
It's an all-expense paid victory.
I could squeeze you in first thing Monday. Fine. I'll see you then, Susan.
39 degrees. You were right, Trudy.
It's too cold for this time of year. I'm gonna write a letter.
I don't like it one bit. I turn blue when I get cold, and blue is not in my palette.
Anne Boleyn has 6 fingers.
Who's Anne Boleyn?
Anne Boleyn. She was one of the wives of Henry VIII.
Oh, well, I never watched public television.
Well, she had 6 fingers.
What happened to her other 4?
She had 11 total.
Are you trying to confuse me? What are you talking about?
This article said that she would have her clothes made so the sleeves hung down to her fingertips, so she wouldn't look weird.
Reader's Digest is a font of useful information.
Clary, I just love my new scarf. You are so thoughtful.
Well, you know, the thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize.
And I love my French perfume. I love how the smell just fills the air.
Well, don't waste it. That stuff ain't cheap.
Save it, honey. We're going to have to burn our clothes as it is.
I'm just so touched that you remembered us.
Well, it was so nice over there. I had so much fun in France, and they were so friendly, believe it or not. They were even courteous enough to speak English.
Ooh, I love Weezers too. I may have to borrow that sometime.
You're welcome to it.
You don't like it, do you?
Oh, it's perfect for me. A print this busy will never show dog hair.
My feet are like 2 blocks of ice.
Oh, this tastes like it was made in a rubber tire.
Neil, don't forget to get that new thing for the Mr. Coffee.
Have any of you seen her this morning?
No, I went over there, but only the boys were there.
Do you think she'll come by?
I doubt it. Her hair is probably the farthest thing from her mind.
Who knows what's on her mind? But she may need something, and I just wanted to be here for her.
I'm glad you decided to stay open.
Does anybody know how are the boys?
They just seem to be about as good as usual. As good as to, be expected.
My husband and I are going to bring some barbecue over there later.
I have never seen so much food.
You can never have enough at times like these. My husband's back at the apartment, cooking up a storm. He's convinced that his red beans will make everyone feel better.
Well, maybe he's right. And that's why we call it soul food. I'm going to have to get his recipe.
Well, you'll have to ask him. Sammy runs me off whenever I enter the kitchen. It is so tiny, he's scared he'll hit me in the stomach with a spatula.
When are y'all moving?
Next month.
And you had to bring it up. I can't stand it. She's moving away right when I'm about to be a semi-grandmother.
It's just down the street, Truvy. A hop, skip, and a jump. That apartment is so squanched, Sammy and I had to step outside to change our minds. You're toying with me, aren't you?
A little bit. Not a lot. Guess it's just me and the old man.
Trevor, you're going to miss him one day.
You know, last night, he actually got up from in front of the TV set and said, "Let's go out to eat." Well, after I came to, I asked him, "What's the matter?" I thought Deputy Dog had been preempted. And then he told me he has a good shot at doing the new electrical contract down at the new college library. I'm not supposed to tell anybody. Morning, everybody. Welcome home, Clary. How was Paris?
It was wonderful. I ate too much. I brought you something pretty.
Well, you shouldn't have. Oh, don't turn down Shelby's radio. I like the noise.
I had Jonathan go down to the radio station and pick out all of Shelby's favorites. We're playing them till noon today.
Well, he told me. Now, I think you'll be surprised at some of the things you're going to hear.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's for Shelby.
Malin, tell us, what can we do?
Well, thank you. Trudy, you think you can work some magic on my hair? I know I must look like 10 miles of dirt road. Well, let me get my wand and my fairy dust. How are you doing, honey?
I'm fine. You know, I'm a little worried about Drum. The boys got in last night and, well, I don't know how they're doing. Jackson is Jackson. You know, it's hard to be somber when you got little Jack Jr. running around.
Well, Malin, what happened? She was doing so well when I left on my trip. Can you talk about it?
Yes, basically, you know, when the transplant failed, Shelby went back on dialysis. But you all knew that. She had been doing fine for the last couple of months, but last Monday, everything went wrong. It was like dominoes. They said they could go in and correct a few things with a little surgery, and as they were wheeling her down the hall, she said, "Mama, I'm going to feel so good when this is over." And then they gave her the anesthetic.
In a way, she was right. Maybe she knew she was going to be with her king.
Well, I guess so.
We should be rejoicing.
Well, you go right ahead. I can't feel that way. I guess I'm selfish. I'd rather have her here.
Miss Mullen, I don't mean to upset you by saying that. You see, when something like this happens, I pray very hard to make heads or tails of it. And I think in Shelby's case, She just wanted to take care of you, of that baby, of everybody she knew. So she went on to a place where she could be a guardian angel. She will always be young, and she will always be beautiful. I personally feel much safer knowing she's up there on my side. I know that sounds real simple and stupid, and maybe I am, but that's how I get through things like this.
Well, thank you. Anel, I appreciate that. And, that's not such a bad idea. Shelby would not want us to get all mired down in this and wallow in it. She'd look on it as one of life's occurrences, and we should just get up and just do the best we can and get on with it. That's what my mind says. I wish somebody would tell that to my heart.
Tommy said you didn't leave her side.
I wasn't in any mood to play any bridge. I just couldn't leave my Shelby. It's very interesting. The boys were difficult births, very difficult. I almost died when Jonathan was born, but Shelby was a breeze. I could have gone home that very afternoon I had her. And I just stayed there. And I was thinking about that as I sat beside her when she was in the coma. And I just was working her arms and legs and getting the circulation going. I told the ICU nurse we were doing our Jane Fonda, but I stayed there. I just kept pushing Shelby just like I always have, just hoping she would just sit up and talk to me. But finally we realized there was no hope. And I just didn't know in that moment. I just panicked. I didn't know if I could even survive as they turned off the machines. Drum couldn't take it, he left. Jackson couldn't take it, and he left. I find it amusing that men are supposed to be made of steel or something. But I couldn't leave my Shelby. I sat there holding her hand as the sounds got softer and softer and the beats got further apart until all was quiet. There was no noise, no tremble, just peace. In that moment, I realized that as a woman, that I had been given the most precious gift. I was there when that wonderful person came into this world, and I was there when she left. And it's been the most precious moment of my life thus far.
Well, I don't know how your insides are doing, but your hair is holding up beautifully. All it needs is a lick and a promise. Did you have it done at Shreveport?
No, I did it myself.
Well, hold it, Missy. I don't want to hear that kind of talk.
Well, I didn't know about the bag, but I just, this morning when I woke up, I didn't know with everything that was going on if I would have the time or if I would even feel like coming here. But, I wanted to come here and be with you all more than anything in this world. Is that silly?
No.
And last night I went into Shelby's room and I went into the closet. Guess what I found? All of our Christmas presents stacked up and wrapped with their own two hands. I'd better go.
Well, check the bag.
It's perfect, as usual. Shelby, Shelby was right. It does kind of look like a brown football yes, yes. I'm fine. I'm great. You know, I could jog to Texas and back if I wanted to, but my daughter can't, and she never could. I want to know why. I want to know why Shelby's life is over. How is that baby ever going to understand just how wonderful his mother was? Will he ever know all that she went through for him? I just can't take this. I just feel so bad, and I just want to just scream sometimes. And I'm sitting here, and I keep wondering, and I keep thinking, you know, why? And I don't understand, Lord. I wish I could. And I'm so angry, and I just want to hit someone until they feel as bad as I do. I just want to hit something, and I want to hit it hard.
Here, Rita! Rita, are you crazy? Rita, are you high? Take it down, teacher. Have you lost your mind? Trophy, call 911. Rita, this is your chance to help out your fellow man. Knock her lights out, Malia. Let me go.
Miss Clary, no.
Stop, Clary. Malin, you just missed the chance of a lifetime. You're a pig from hell. Half a chicken and a pear should give their eye teeth and take a whack at Weezer.
Clarice,
Hit me if you need to.
you are evil and you must be destroyed.
Well, honey, Mother Nature is taking care of that faster than you ever could. Malin, you know I love you. I'm so sorry. But things were just getting a little too serious.
Well, Clary, you were funny.
I have to admit, I laughed, though that wasn't a very Christian thing to do.
Well, Neil, honey, you're going to have to lighten up.
My husband says the same thing.
Oh, Lloyd would have gotten a kick out of that.
Lloyd did get a lot of enjoyment at my expense.
And Lloyd loved Shelby. I know he was so happy to see her when she got up there with him. I know he's up there fixing her speeding tickets right now.
Shelby always was crazy about Lloyd.
She loved the quicksand he walked on. And I know he was so excited to see a familiar face because we know there are not too many Louisiana politicians up there. Weezer, you know I love you more than my luggage.
You are too twisted for color TV.
Thank you.
Well, now that you two have made up, we better let this woman go. She's got to pull herself together. You cannot be a pillar of strength with makeup running down your neck.
Go on out there, Miss Malin. We'll be just fine.
I shouldn't have went on and on like that. I made everybody cry. I am so sorry.
Well, don't be silly. Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion.
Well, I might need to start having more of those emotional outbursts, you know. Start doing it at home more often. I'm sure a drum would be pleased with all that. You know what? I'm so happy I came by here this morning. Shelby would have had a good time in here this morning.
I'm sure she did.
Malin, I want you to know, and I want you to tell Drum, that y'all have been in my prayers. Yes, Nell, I pray. There, I said it. But don't be going inviting me to one of them big tent revivals with all those Bible beaters doing God only knows what. Might make me eat a live chicken or something.
Not on your first visit.
Going now, spoken like a true smartass.
And Owen wanted me to tell you that y'all have been in his thoughts.
I didn't know you and Owen were.
He's coming in on Monday to take me to Shelby's service. You know that girl would do anything to get us together.
I better go. Well, then, I know it's hard, but it'll get better. And if you feel like taking a whack at something, you come over and hit on me. I won't break. Well, I may take you up on that.
Miss William, I don't know if this is the time or the place, but I want to tell you that Sammy and I decided if this is a girl, we want to name it Shelby, since she was the reason we met in the first place, if you don't mind.
Mine. Shelby would love that. I'm tickled pink. Pink.
But what if it's a boy?
Shelby, I guess.
Well, that's as it should be. Life goes on. You have no idea how wonderful you are.
Of course we do.
There. That's better.